What really happened to Cathy Coleman? 50 years of rumors now confirmed. We all got lost with her in a world that defied logic, where dinosaurs roamed and time worked in mysterious ways. But whatever happened to Land of the Lost Child star Cathy Coleman? Life after Hollywood took her on a path no one saw coming. One that couldn't be more different from her days as the adventurous Holly Marshall. And as wild as her on-screen escapades were, her real-life journey was even more dramatic, filled with unexpected twists and a shocking career shift. Before starting the video, can you tell me which country you are from? Cathy Coleman, born on February 18, 1962, didn't just find her way into show business, she made sure she belonged there. At only 12 years old, she landed the role that would define her career, Holly Marshall in Land of the Lost. Handpicked by the legendary Sid and Marty Krofft, she quickly became a familiar face in households across America, bringing adventure to Saturday morning television. Earning that role wasn't just luck, it was persistence. Like many other young actresses, Cathy auditioned, but she refused to blend into the crowd. She knew she had to stand out. For each of her 7 callbacks, she wore the exact same outfit: a checkered shirt, braids, and desert boots. That dedication paid off, leaving such a strong impression on the show's creators that they built Holly Marshall's entire look around her. It wasn't just a costume, it was Cathy's own style, forever linked to one of the most beloved characters in children's television history. Cathy Coleman looks back on her Land of the Lost days with a mix of nostalgia and wonder. It was a lovely time in my childhood. What kid wouldn't love running around the set? We had 2 sound stages, caves to explore, things to climb. It was a great time back then. For a young actress, it felt like stepping into a real-life adventure, a playground where dinosaurs roared and mysterious lands unfolded before her eyes. But while the show's world was full of excitement, life behind the scenes wasn't always as magical. Some experiences left lasting memories, some cherished, others more complicated. When fans ask who played Holly Marshall in Land of the Lost, the answer is always the same: Cathy Coleman. As one half of the fearless sibling duo, she helped bring the show's wild, otherworldly adventures to life, keeping viewers on the edge of their seats. Alongside her TV brother, she faced dinosaurs, alien creatures, and strange civilizations, all while keeping their on-screen dad, Rick, constantly on alert. Her role wasn't just about surviving in a strange new world. It was about bringing heart, courage, and curiosity to a generation of fans who still remember her as the brave and determined Holly Marshall. Behind the scenes, Cathy Coleman and her co-stars were just as adventurous as their on-screen characters, if not more. "We were such huge pranksters," she once admitted with a laugh. "Sometimes it would get us in trouble." And trouble wasn't hard to find. The young cast was bursting with energy, constantly playing jokes and stirring up harmless mischief, much to the frustration of the crew. Running a show with a tight budget was already a challenge, and their playful antics didn't always help matters. But for Cathy and her co-stars, the set was more than just a workplace. It was a playground where imagination ran wild. Despite all the fun, Land of the Lost couldn't outrun reality. The show was battling shrinking budgets, and the cracks were starting to show. No matter how thrilling the adventures on screen, the financial struggles behind the scenes made it clear that the journey was nearing its end. Though the series wrapped up sooner than fans had hoped, its legacy endured, forever cementing Cathy Coleman's place in the hearts of those who grew up watching her navigate the dangers of a prehistoric world. Type memory if Land of the Lost was part of your childhood routine. Just as Land of the Lost took audiences on 3 seasons of unforgettable prehistoric adventures, it also left Cathy Coleman and her castmates with memories that were thrilling, hilarious, and at times downright awkward. When Ron Harper joined the cast as Uncle Jack Marshall, things on set took an interesting turn. Known for his overly flirty remarks, he didn't always get the warmest reception from the younger cast members. As Holly Marshall once quipped in the show, "This is the 3rd night in a row. Oh, it just gives me the creeps," a line that might have hit a little too close to home at times. Meanwhile, Cathy Coleman never gave up her title as the ultimate prankster, much to the frustration of the producers. But one of her favorite targets, Philip Fee, the actor behind the helpful Pakuni character. His elaborate costume, covered in layers of glued-on fur, came with its own set of struggles, and Cathy made sure to exploit them for laughs. She once hinted at some behind-the-scenes costume mishaps that were a little too unfiltered for a public interview, proving that her playful jabs didn't stop when the cameras did. But did Phil mind? Not at all. If anything, he took it all in stride. On screen, the Land of the Lost cast played a family, but off-screen they truly felt like one. Their bond didn't end when the cameras stopped rolling. It lasted for years, even leading to a nostalgic Cheerios commercial, where they found themselves lost in the Land of the Lost all over again. Cathy Coleman once reflected on their connection, saying, "It was amazing, and even today, we're as close as we can be. It's like having a second family. When you're doing a show, you don't always expect to get along with everybody, but we got along famously." The show may have faded from TV screens, but its spirit and the friendships it created never truly disappeared. Even the greatest adventures must come to an end, and Land of the Lost was no exception. The show had it all: imaginative storytelling, thrilling creatures, and a loyal fan base, but behind the scenes, challenges kept piling up. As Holly Marshall once asked in the series, "I have to know whether or not there's a future for any of us." In reality, that future came to an abrupt halt when production costs skyrocketed and the child actors, especially Cathy, kept their pranks going, even when the cameras were rolling. Cathy was also outgrowing the role, literally. "When I got the part, I had just turned 12, she recalled. "My brother got the part when he was like 20 or 21. He was an adult, though I was starting to look at him straight in the eyes, and he's supposed to be my older brother." Time wasn't just changing the show, it was changing the actors themselves. After Land of the Lost, Cathy's life took a winding path, from fast food commercials to the wealth of Bel Air, and eventually to the rugged demands of farm life. But if anyone assumed marrying into a powerful family would mean an easy ride, they were wrong. While her high-profile father-in-law may have secured the job, that was where the privilege ended. The farm was massive, the work was grueling, and no last name could change that. Still, Cathy never fully stepped away from the entertainment world. She kept a foot in the industry with occasional acting gigs, writing memoirs, and attending conventions to celebrate Land of the Lost with devoted fans. But despite being such an essential part of the show's legacy, she was snubbed, not once, but twice, by the very franchise she helped bring to life. The first blow came with the 2009 Land of the Lost movie starring Will Ferrell and Anna Friel. Cathy and Wesley Ure actually filmed a cameo, yes, there's footage, but it never made it into the final cut. That was bad enough. But then came the real sting. While her former co-stars were invited to the film's premiere, Cathy wasn't. Ouch. And she didn't take it lightly. "I'm mad. I'm really mad. Because my family, my friends, my fans are like, why wouldn't you be there?" she said. And honestly, who could blame her? If there's one thing Cathy Coleman knows, it's resilience. She credits her mother for instilling a deep sense of integrity, teaching her that as long as she stays true to her word, she can weather any storm. And through it all, she's gained a lesson of her own. "I learned to love myself." You can't survive this industry without learning to love yourself. Her life may have seemed like a fairy tale at times, but Cathy has faced challenges even tougher than anything Holly Marshall ever did. And through every twist and turn, one thing has never changed. She's just as much a fan of Land of the Lost as the rest of us. Drop a flower emoji if you wish you could relive those Saturday mornings with Holly Marshall and the gang. Cathy has transitioned into a successful country music career. She has released several singles and albums, including Go Marry a Cowboy and God is Smiling. Her song God is Smiling was a top 5 finalist in the Gospel Spiritual category of the Tamworth Songwriters Association Songwriting Awards, with winners to be announced in January 2025. She has also been inducted into the Australian Country Music Stars of Fame, recognizing her 40-year contribution to the genre. Cathy remains active and engaging with her fan base. She frequently attends conventions, such as The Hollywood Show, where she meets fans and shares stories about her time on Land of the Lost. She enjoys reconnecting with fans who grew up watching the show and appreciates their continued support. She has authored 2 memoirs, Lost Girl 2015 and Run, Holly, Run 2017, which chronicle her life in Hollywood and beyond. Additionally, she hosts the Land of the Lost podcast, offering behind-the-scenes insights into the show and interviews with cast members and fans. Cathy is an advocate for mental health awareness and uses her platform to support others facing similar struggles. She also participates in charity events and volunteers in her local community. Comment timeless if Cathy Coleman's story still inspires you today. Cathy Coleman packed a lot of life into her early years, jumping into the workforce, becoming a child star, and even getting married at just 18. But unlike the exciting stories she lived on screen, real life didn't always have a happy ending. As she later revealed in her 2015 memoir, Lost Girl, The Truth and Nothing But the Truth, So Help Me Kathleen, her first marriage was anything but a fairy tale. The book itself is a rare find today, but lucky fans who managed to grab a copy know that Cathy didn't hold back, openly sharing the deeply personal and often painful experiences that shaped her life. By the time Cathy got married, her Hollywood days were behind her. Instead of starring in TV shows, she was landing Burger King commercials, but fate still had a touch of luxury in store. She married into the prestigious Bell family. Yes, that Bell family. Her father-in-law was Alfonso Bell, the multi-millionaire real estate mogul after whom Bel Air was named. Talk about an unexpected twist. Despite the family's wealth, Cathy and her husband weren't living a glamorous life in a Beverly Hills mansion. Instead, the powerful Bell patriarch put them to work on his farm in Fallon, Nevada, where they spent years building a life. But behind closed doors, things took a dark and dangerous turn, far more terrifying than anything she faced in Land of the Lost. Allegedly, her first husband snapped in a fit of rage, unleashing a violent rampage that left their home riddled with bullet holes and caused an estimated $188,000 in damages. With 2 children to protect, Cathy knew she had to be careful. In the end, there was only one way out: leaving the marriage and fleeing the state for good. Her second memoir, Run, Holly, Run, suddenly takes on a chilling new meaning, doesn't it? Things had gotten so bad that even her in-laws supported her decision to leave, continuing to help her and the kids after the split. A telling sign of just how dire the situation had become. But as Cathy herself says, it's much better today than it's ever been. After everything she's endured, she's finally found peace. As for companionship, does she still share that close bond with her Land of the Lost co-stars? That's a question only time can answer. Finally, Cathy resides in Palm Springs, California, and enjoys a fulfilling personal life. She is surrounded by loving friends and family, including her children, whom she adores. She maintains close relationships with her Land of the Lost co-stars, Wesley Ure and Spencer Milligan, whom she considers family. Reflecting on her journey, Cathy emphasizes the importance of self-love and resilience. She has overcome challenges, including health issues and a difficult divorce, and credits her positive attitude and hard work for her current happiness. Leave a heart emoji if you're glad Cathy found happiness after everything she's been through. Cathy continues to celebrate the legacy of Land of the Lost, expressing interest in a potential reboot of the series. She believes the show's themes and characters remain relevant and would resonate with new audiences. Her music and writing continue to inspire fans, and she remains an active and beloved figure in both the entertainment and country music communities. Thank you for watching our channel. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. See you next time, and have a great day.